Hey everybody, it's WillBits and we're playing Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery, Year 5, Chapter 28, About Merula. As the time nears to enter the Cursed Vault, your relationship with Merula Snide is about to change. Changes? What does that mean? Is that good or bad? I'm feeling tense. Let's go.
Alright, Bits, let's get this over with. Come to the Hog's Head now.
Alright, we got a side quest going on that I'm going to ignore for the moment. But I guess these are how we get friends now. Hagrid is now available as a friend in your friendship's journal. Reach magic zoology level 2. Check. Finally a reason to do that outside of just collecting. And complete the fairy tale special adventure. We're not going to do that yet. I might tag that at the end of this video. But I am way more interested in this Merula plot, so let's make some Cursed Vault plans.
It ain't like crusty, folks. Eat somewhere else. I'll make it even crustier. How's your mischief making going these days?
Well, hopefully they're behind me for at least a little bit. Hey again, you're becoming a regular.
You're recognized here, Bits. How often do you come to the Hog's Head Inn?
I like all of these choices. I'm gonna say far too often. I'm here far too often. Much of my mischief masterpiece was strategized here.
I wouldn't have thought this was your kind of place.
I would have definitely thought it was your kind of place.
Just when I think you have you all figured out, you surprise me, Bits.
But you're the one who wanted us to meet here, Merula.
Because I don't want to be seen hanging out with you so much around Hogwarts. People will start to think that we're friends instead of just fellow apprentice curse breakers.
Oh, the horror. What is it you wanted to talk about anyway?
The Cursed Vault, of course. You said ready or not, it's time for us to find a way into it.
Rigpick seems to think so. She said she'd talk to us about it after our visit to Kettleburn.
Yes, I wanted to talk to you before we talk to Rakepick. You know what to expect. You've been to more Cursed Vaults than I have.
I've been to all of them. Broke them too. How many Cursed Vaults have you been to?
Oh, none. So tell me what it's like to go into a Cursed Vault.
Oh, sure. Let's talk all about it. You brought a notebook? Take notes on what I, of all wizards, have to say? Merula, I'm feeling an emotion that I think is flattery. I'm flattered.
So what if I did?
No, we console you. We console Merula. No, it's alright if you're worried about going into a Cursed Vault for the first time.
What? I didn't say I was worried.
Look, it can be a little apprehensive for anyone, but we're gonna just try to enjoy ourselves in the Cursed Vault, and it'll be completely fine. It's normal to be nervous anytime someone goes into a Cursed Vault. I mean, it's cursed.
Perhaps you're nervous, Bits, but I'm not nervous. No.
So you brought that notebook to doodle in?
Forget this stupid notebook. I shouldn't have brought it.
Merula, we're in this together. If we're gonna survive the vault and break the curse, we'll need to trust each other. I'm busting your chops a little bit. It's just light hazing. We're friends, Merula!
Alright, fine. I'm a little bit nervous about going into a Cursed Vault for the first time. If that's what you wanted to hear.
Actually, it is. I'd be worried if you weren't nervous about going into a Cursed Vault for the first time.
Oh, alright then.
And I can tell you what it's like inside of a Cursed Vault. But it might put you more at ease if I actually trained you for what to expect.
You? Training me? The most powerful witch at Hogwarts?
Yes. Before you turn down my offer, at least hear what I have in mind. Alright. 3 hours of pitching a plan to Merula.
As long as we can agree that I'm still more powerful than you are.
Sure! We'll keep the power levels just nominal. It doesn't really matter. It's not like we have power levels. Nobody's like, oh, WillBits has a power level of 73, but Merula's is 89. It's a really high power level. Then I shoot you out of the cannon, through the vault, whatever's behind it dies instantly. You'll be fine. I'll probably cast like a barrier on you. It's gonna be easy, Merula. Watch. We're gonna practice. We're gonna shoot you through the cannon 5-6 times. You'll be completely immune by the time we're done. So what do you think, Merula? Will you let me train you to enter your first cursed vault?
Well, if it's that important to you, I suppose I'll let you help me to prepare. You should be thanking me for being so open-minded.
Thank you.
No problem, Bits. So where do we start?
We start in a cursed corridor. Are we gonna, like, retrace our steps through the old vaults?
I've decided I'm just bringing myself. Now let's see this cursed corridor.
Yada yada, house pride. It's a really hideous jacket, by the way. It's just, I mean, it's kind of stunning. Just how completely ridiculous that is. Alright, cursed corridor. We kind of ignore the events now. We're just getting on with the plot.
So this is a cursed corridor. I thought it would feel different being somewhere cursed.
Sorry to disappoint you. I mean, I broke the curse. So now it's just a hall.
It's alright, I'm used to it. So what now? The entrance to the cursed vault we're looking for isn't here.
Or perhaps it is. I hadn't considered that.
What do you mean? Our only clue is the vault portrait, and it doesn't show the vault's entrance.
Which could mean it's a very hidden entrance. And if a secret entrance to a cursed vault were to be hidden anywhere,
a cursed corridor would be a good spot for it. Are we finishing each other's sentences now?
and each other's sandwiches. Well, you just finished mine. When I start finishing yours, that's when I'll worry.
The two of us working together like this are going to take some getting used to.
Yeah, for me too. But let's start by searching for a hidden vault entrance. Is this the one? Yeah, we're right. There's a giant ice vault down here, but I guess we're just not going to worry about that. All right. Oh, just an hour. Nice. I like these short ones. Just staring around in a hallway. All right, let's get cracking.
Don't tell anyone that we're getting along.
Oh, they're going to see Merula. Because I embroidered a banner that says me and Merula getting along, and I've draped them all down the stairwell.
We searched every inch of this corridor. No secret entrance.
There's a hidden vault entrance here. It's hidden well.
Why don't you give me something more active to do to prepare for the cursed vault?
Oh, so you want your training to continue?
I want to stop hanging around in this hallway. This dark, softly lit hallway that's giving me feelings alone.
All right, then. How do you feel about dueling practice?
I've dueled you enough times.
But Rakepick has had us preparing for dragons. What if we have to duel one of those?
We can practice dueling a dragon.
But we can practice dueling a beast.
I dueled a troll with you. Now you want to duel another beast?
I've just the beast in mind.
I'm not dueling anything without my dueling instructor for backup.
So let's go find Diego, then we'll head to the Forest Grove. Alright, okay. That's the plan. Off to the Forest Grove we go. I want to see what duel awaits us. Yeah, I'll do that duel in a minute. I actually think... not that duel. I actually think that I am instead gonna go meet Hagrid. Because I want to do that side quest instead. There it is. Yeah, we're just gonna overlap these. Old school, when we would do two things at once. We can juggle. Thanks for meeting me all the way out here, Will. Oh, no problem, Hagrid. I'm always willing to help a friend. I was in the middle of helping another one, but now I'm helping you. Plus, you sounded upset when you asked me to come. Are you alright?
No, Will, I reckon I'm not. Professor Snape's out of the fairy wings he needs for his beautification potion lesson.
I'm sure he'll find a way to get more.
That's the problem. He already has. I overheard him saying he's going to harvest the wings from the fairies in my garden.
Oh, no. That's a shame. I can't imagine fairies without their wings.
I agree, especially since he would kill him first. Removing the fairies' wings don't hurt him, but it does make him awful annoyed.
It doesn't? It doesn't hurt even a little? I think it would hurt.
It seems like a rotten thing to do to a vain creature like that. Plus, I've grown rather fond of the little creatures and would hate to see him upset.
So you want to keep Snape from finding the fairies?
Yeah, I was hoping to relocate them here, but they're refusing to leave. I suspect they like laying their eggs on the underside of my pumpkin leaves. Professor Snape will be around my hut any day now, and I'm still not sure what to do. Will you help me, Will?
Of course, Hagrid. Between the two of us, I'm sure we can come up with a plan to convince the fairies to relocate. Okay. Additional tasks. I like this. We're gonna bounce back and forth a bit. Alright. Sometimes it's better to just wait the hour. Thanks to our brainstorm, I've got a few good ideas about how we can keep Snape from getting the fairies.
Let's hear 'em!
Well, I thought we could try to scare the fairies out of your garden.
It's not a bad idea, but if we scare 'em, there's no telling where they might fly off. If they go even further on school grounds, Professor Snape will find them for sure.
Alright, then how about we just capture them and release them somewhere else?
I already tried, but they're tricky little creatures. Capturing one isn't easy. The 5 pumpkins I smashed trying to do it can attest to that.
No, they can't. You killed them. Also, they're pumpkins. And instead of moving the fairies, why don't we try asking Snape directly if he can get the fairy wings somewhere else? Could we use imitation fairy wings? Is there a way to get fairy wings that doesn't involve crippling the fairies?
I already tried, but no luck. Snape said he didn't want to change his lesson plan on account of me feeling bad for some bugs.
Well, so much for my good ideas.
If only I could figure out the best way to convince the fairies to move.
That's it, Hagrid. We'll test out different methods on a fairy to determine the best way to persuade them.
That sounds like a good plan, but where will we get a fairy? The ones in my garden are all hiding from me.
Actually, I've been taking care of a fairy here in the Magical Creatures Reserve. I'll go get it and meet you in the Care of Magical Creatures classroom. Uh-huh. The next step was adopt the fairy.
You got a fairy? Great! Bring it to Care of Magical Creatures classroom.
So, if you haven't been keeping up with that, you're stuck!
We need a fairy to practice on before we move on to the ones in me garden.
Yeah, that got to skip a whole step entirely. We'll continue on this thread for the moment. See what else Hagrid's got going on, just because I'm curious when I'm gonna hit a gate on this thing.
Cool, I see you brought a fairy.
Just like I promised, this is Stinkerbits. That's what I named her, vaguely after Tinkerbell. I've been feeding and taking care of it.
Nice to meet you, Stinkerbits. It seems Stinkerbits not me biggest fan.
That's perfect.
It is, but wouldn't it be better if the fairies like and trusted me?
Think about it, Hagrid. If you can figure out how to convince Stinkerbits to listen to you now, you should have no problem persuading the fairies in your garden to move.
Then I can relocate them before Professor Snape can find them.
Exactly.
So where should we start?
Well, you're the creature expert, Hagrid. I should be asking you that question.
To be honest, Will, I haven't got much experience working firsthand with fairies. I know they're vain and they're always primping and preening, but I'm not sure how that'll help us. That's why I was hoping you'd have an idea on how to win over a fairy.
Flatter her? Appeal to the vanity? You should try to bond with Stinkerbits by flattering it. Then it'll be more likely to listen to you.
Good idea, Will. Fairies are vain creatures after all.
Go on then, Hagrid. See if you can get it to come around to you with flattery.
Your wings are looking quite nice today, Stinkerbits. Bzz. In fact, you must be the prettiest fairy I've ever seen. Bzz. Bzz, 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 bzz. It worked! Stinkerbits really warmed up to me.
Brilliant. Now we know flattery is the way to go. With a little polish, I bet we could perfect a way to persuade fairies. Alright, 3 hours and I have to do it the real way. We're gonna do this one, and then I'll go see how Merula and Diego are doing. We can multitask, it's fine. Okay, quest complete. Dun 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 dun. Bzzz. This proves it. Playing to a fairy's vanity is the best way to persuade it. If you try that with fairies in your garden, you should have no problem convincing them to move.
This is great, Will. I can't wait to try it out.
Hold on, Hagrid. It might be a good idea if I study fairies a bit more first. That way I'll know how best to react in case something goes wrong.
A little extra studying never hurt anybody, I suppose, unless you spend so long doing it that Snape comes by and kills all the fairies, so that would be a bad reason to do this.
I'll go and do some more research, and then meet you when I'm finished. Don't worry about that. That'll be fine. Maybe we should worry about it a little bit.
Oh, hurry and learn more about fairies so we can save the ones in me garden.
I had heard about this, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to go ahead and do it. I have to gain 150 knowledge points in order to progress. That's very easy to do, just passively, while I'm doing these other things. But it's a little bit of a pain if you actually go the other stuff first. So, back to the Merula chapter. This is why we juggle, so you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. We're gonna head into the Forest Grove and duel a beast. It's probably gonna be a real duel, a duel. So we'll be able to go do the next thing after that. Oh, hey! It's been a while, Torvis. WillBits, it has been a long time. Hello, Torvis. Thank you for meeting us. Have you returned to the Centaur camp? Yes, my herd welcomed me back after I returned the restored arrowhead and completed a series of tasks. And was the sleeping walking curse broken when you returned to Hogwarts? Yeah, it was. But now we're facing a new curse. There are students trapped in the portraits that hang at Hogwarts. Surprised we didn't get a Torvis adventure where we had to, like, take him to see all the teachers and then spend 3 hours doing a task. Another time! That sounds awful. So then you are searching for another cursed vault in the Forbidden Forest. We're actually not sure where exactly the vault is yet. Is that why you've brought your friends? Diego is my friend. Merula isn't! No! We're not doing that. Yes, I'll need my friend's help. Yeah, Torvis. When it comes to breaking curses, I always need the help of good friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. This is Merula Snide, my best friend. We love each other.
Hi, Torvis. If I seem thrown, it's because I'm shocked Bits just called me a good friend. I'm neither of those things.
And Diego is Merula's dueling instructor. He's given me lessons too. Not that I need them.
Diego Kaplan, the best dueler at Hogwarts. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Torvis.
Are you always so bold?
Yes, he's like this with everyone. Stop touching him, Diego.
Sorry, his hair is so silky smooth.
It's true.
I'm a friendly wizard, that's all, and I've never met a centaur, and I want to ride you. Is that okay? Can you support me? Yes?
So how can I help you prepare to enter another cursed vault, Will? I'm ignoring Diego. I'm not talking to Diego ever again. Merula and I may encounter a dragon in this cursed vault.
Dragon? This is the first I'm hearing you'll be facing dragons. I'm leaving. Goodbye. And we've already dueled a troll, Will. You keep finding ways to top yourself.
Dueling a dragon is very serious and very dangerous.
We know.
And I can think of no better practice than dueling a beast as powerful as yourself. Don't call him a beast. I've experienced it firsthand. Now it's Merula's turn.
What? I didn't sign up to duel a centaur.
I'll duel a centaur. I'll do a centaur. Oh, and then I get to ride the centaur. Yes, I like this plan.
Merula, we agreed that I'd train you so that you'd feel prepared before we go into the cursed vault. Now shut up and fight my friend. Dueling a beast and one as strong as Torvis is part of that training. I'm going to keep calling you a beast in front of your face. Is that fine, Torvis?
If you really think so, then show me how it's done.
All right. If you insist, Torvis, I'm going to fight you. I never agreed to this. Let's go, Torvis! Okay. All right. Right out of the gate. Oh, no. Torvis, you going to be just defensive with me? What is that, like a... Did you just, like, is that a shower commercial? Did you just, like, have a soothing balm? Yes, herbal essences. Nope. Okay, no, we're not going all defense. Did you just kick me? Torvis, did you just give me kicks? This is not going well. Oh, yes, soothing essences. I rub honey all over my body and I feel much, much better. Alright, I think he's alternating. That's what I'm gonna take a guess that he's in a pattern. It's only one way to find out. Yeah, I have discovered the pattern by using basic pattern recognition skills. Great.
Well done, Will. It's the dueling lessons I've given you, no doubt. Even though you were dueling far before you ever met me and doing pretty well.
Torvis is quite the dueling partner. He kicked me with hooves. Really knocked the wind out of me and broke most of my ribs. True, but since our last duel, you've become far more powerful. The numbers have gone up by at least 1 or 2.
Rubbish. I'm the most powerful. I'm ready to prove it now.
All right, go for it, Merula. Oh, he just shoots her with an arrow. Ah! Just jabs her right in her shoulder. Time to go to the hospital. Oh, not looking good, Merula.
Stand back. I want to try again.
It's my fault. I'm supposed to be training you, Merula, not laughing as you get arrowed over and over again.
If I could give a piece of advice,
Of course.
you and Merula will be stronger together than you would be divided. I learned my lesson the hard way, being exiled from my herd. And I appreciate Firenze and all the other centaurs all the more now that I'm back in the fold.
I'm not sure I follow Torvis. As a lone wolf, as a lone bird, as a lone protagonist, I don't need any of my friends. He's saying you and Merula should have dueled him together, of course.
You're an interesting human, Diego Kaplan. Stop touching me. But yes, you'd be less exhausted, Will, and Merula less frustrated if you'd teamed up against me. And it will take a formidable team to break this latest curse.
I'm not sure I'm ready for that level of teamwork with Bits just yet.
Do you like my next idea for brushing up on our skills? I've got a ball of twine here. I'm going to tie your leg over onto my leg, and we're going to just put those together, and then we're going to walk around all day like we're a three-legged monster. And by the end of the day, we'll surely be dueling together well. It's time to head back to Hogwarts and the training grounds. So what are you and Merula plotting? Let's meet on the training grounds now. Please. Oh, the training grounds are bumping.
Porf says hello. Lately you're harder to track down than I am, Will.
What? We've been hanging out every day since we became friends, Talbot.
Did anyone else see the eagle fly by during my last class?
There's like 4 of them behind you right now. So the two of you are spending time together. On purpose? I notice your legs are tied together. That's weird. It's a weird thing that's happened. You need help? You want me to cut it loose? Did I miss an apprentice curse breakings meeting? I will protect Merula's vulnerability. I will protect. You know me, Bill. I like to be overly prepared before going into a cursed vault. Merula agreed to help me while I brush up on my training. It's really Merula who's helping me. I attack, I protect, and then I get snack.
That's right. Since I'm such a powerful witch, I'm supervising Bits. I'm the helpful one.
This story is not going to hold water. Exactly. Yes. All right. If you say so. I know better than to poke this hornet's nest, but I do not believe you. So why did you rope me in for this part of your training? We'll be practicing our spellcasting and...
What? We're going from dueling a centaur to just spellcasting? Lame!
I thought you'd say that. That's why Bill's here, to referee.
Are you suggesting a spellcasting competition? How exactly would that work?
Yeah, I'd like to know too. First, Merula and I cast spells to the training dummy. Then, based on demonstration, you decide which of us is the more powerful witch or wizard. Actually, I intend to do a complicated spell, and then Merula has to try to do the same spell in the exact same way. And if she can't, then we're going to spell out Centaur. And this is a game called Centaur. I invented it. We're going to C, an E, and an N, and whoever makes the most baskets, it's like basketball, I don't know. That sounds rather arbitrary. I'm not sure I want to get in the middle of this.
Too late, I like it. Let the games begin. Also, make sure that you tell them I'm the best, Bill.
Friendly competition. All right. These are not classes, so they will not give me the intellect that I need, so I will be working on those probably after this. All right. Training complete. Good enough. Who's better at casting the same spells? And the winner of this spellcasting contest is... both of you! There's a cop-out, Bill. You're copping out on me right now. What happened to the 20 bucks I slipped you earlier?
Rubbish, I won!
Says who?
Bill would say so if he was doing his job right.
He's saying it was a tie. You're being impossible, Merula. The real winner was our friendship, which you are testing. And this is what I wanted to avoid. Well, see you later. I'm out of here. Should have just picked one, Bill. We would have fought anyway, but I suppose I put Bill in a rough spot.
Then let's just agree that I won. It's a credit to you, actually.
Fine, you won. How's that?
Isn't your training supposed to be boosting my confidence about entering a cursed vault?
No, you're boosting my confidence, remember? In terms of boosting confidence, I may have gone too far. There's a maximum amount of confidence, and you may be at it.
Listen, it's my weird way of saying thank you, alright, Bits? I feel better prepared to enter my first cursed vault.
But we could always be more prepared. We can never train enough for the unexpected. Spend even more time with me, Merula.
Fine, but then enough of you training me. Now I'll train you.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. Of course, train me. Let's see what you have to offer.
If that's a challenge, challenge accepted, though you might regret it.
Alright, will you at least tell me what you have in mind?
Something unforgivable. Follow me and I'll teach you.
Is this curses? Curses? Curses?
I like keeping you waiting. I'll let you know when I'm ready to school you, Bits.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have intellect to pick up, so we're gonna go work on some of our classes. First up is Hominum Revelio. Since you've given me a time limit anyway, I can just get started on this stuff. Hominum Revelio, is that just reveal humans? Let's see. You will never be deceived by any wizard equipped with an invisibility cloak, because today I'll be teaching you the spell Hominum Revelio. But first, Sicklewood has freed the pixies yet again, you know what to do. Alright, okay. So, the same old rigmarole, and then at the end we will be able to detect invisible people. Which we've already experienced with Merula, so that may actually come in handy. Okay. Now we can find humans. I like how this was the equivalent of just having track humans if you're like a hunter or something. Okay, alright. We did not get enough knowledge yet, so we will come back to that. Yes, I will learn from Merula. I'll just go ahead and do this. We'll keep Merula going for now, as it's in the same classroom. So we'll just walk out and come right back in. Does Rakepick know we're in her classroom without her? And where did she go? How did everyone get out of here so fast?
Are you kidding? After I told her what I'm about to teach you, Rakepick offered her classroom. I think Rakepick and I connect on a level you and Bill wouldn't understand.
How do you mean? Like the evil level? I could be evil, a little.
You haven't always completely trusted Rakepick. I'm not even sure you do now. So I believe Rakepick likes me best, that she sees a little bit of herself in me. Which makes sense because I want to be just like her when I grow up. That's why I didn't want Rakepick to know I was nervous about going into the cursed vault.
That's why you came to me for help instead of Rakepick?
I thought it would disappoint Rakepick if she knew I was afraid.
I don't know that Rakepick would have felt that way, but... well, I'm glad I've been able to help you regardless.
But now it's my turn to school you. Prepare to learn the killing curse.
What? Merula, no. I'm not gonna kill you.
It's not like I was going to cast it on you, Bits. I'm just going to teach it to you.
No, it's an unforgivable curse. I would never use it. Flash forward to a time when we probably use it at some point in the future chapter.
But what if we need it in the cursed vault? You keep telling me how dangerous it will be in there.
Still, it's just like when Rakepick tried to teach me the Cruciatus curse.
Rakepick tried to teach you the Cruciatus curse? She wanted to teach you that curse instead of me?
Oh no, I broke Merula. Oh no. Forget it, Merula. Trust me, it was awful.
No, I want to talk about it. Tell me more.
Alright, well, she tried to teach me the Cruciatus curse. Ta-da! Alright, that's about all the discussion that deserves. I can't believe your parents taught you the killing curse.
You want to judge my family? Let's talk about your brother.
I'm not judging your family. I'm just surprised any parent would teach a kid something so unforgivable. It's there, it's in the name. It is unforgivable.
Mum and Dad were going to prison. They wanted to arm me with the knowledge to protect myself. And by the way, I can't believe you would turn down a lesson from Rakepick. Perhaps if I spend even more time with Rakepick, she'll think of me first when she wants to teach a curse.
Don't take it so personally, Merula.
Whatever. If you won't learn the killing curse, do you want me to teach you a different attack spell or not?
Sure, I'll learn something else. Let's just not go to extremes. Let's not get crazy. Yes, as long as it's not an unforgivable curse.
Well, since we could be facing a dragon... I'll teach you how to cast Fiendfire.
Fiendfire? In here? Merula, no. I thought that said friendly fire at first, and I was like, that sounds like a really bad spell. Hurt my friend. And only my friends.
Bitch, you need to stop telling me no to spells.
But a huge bewitched flame? That's advanced dark magic. Did your parents teach you how to cast Fiendfire too?
No one's taught me, but I've been studying it on my own. It's risky and brave. It's something Rakepick would do.
Screw you, book!
Oh, that shouldn't happen.
Something's gone wrong. Fire on a flammable object got bigger? No. Do you know how to cast Aquamenti? I don't.
Me neither. I've botched this up. What should we do?
I was watching the whole time, idiots! You both stupid? Fiendfire can't be extinguished with ordinary water. Even your misfire would be far too powerful.
Professor Rakepick, thank you. I don't know what I did wrong.
Let's start with even attempting to cast a bewitched fire in my very flammable classroom. It's fortunate I stopped by to see how your lesson is going. Did you find a bug or small rodent, something to kill?
Bits didn't want to learn the killing curse.
I can't say I'm surprised. I didn't think that you would be. Hope you two are prepared to enter the cursed vault. The time is near. I'll let the both of you and Bill know exactly when. For now, I'll tend to this mess.
I'm really very sorry.
Never apologize for doing what you know in your heart that you absolutely must do, Merula.
Oh,
all right. I unapologize. Thank you, Madam Rakepick. Aren't you both late to lunch? I need you to take good care of yourselves if we're to be a strong team in the vault. We'll head to the Great Hall. All right. We finishing this off with lunch?
We rarely socialize over sandwiches, but let's give it a try now.
Yeah, we could have sandwiches. But since that ends out the chapter, by the way, I did Werewolf code of conduct off screen. It's not interesting. Look it up on the wiki if you really want to know. We're gonna go meet with Hagrid. Off camera, I did a whole bunch of the other quests so that I got all the intellect that I needed so that we could just keep this rolling.
Thanks for coming and bringing your fairy, Will.
Hagrid, what's the matter? We weren't supposed to meet up until later.
It's Professor Snape. I saw him looking around me hut for fairies.
He's already begun to hunt for them for their fairy wings?
I know I told you I'd wait before I started relocating them, but there wasn't any time. So I took advantage of Professor Snape returning to the castle for supplies to talk to the fairies.
You made the right call, Hagrid. How did it go?
Good at first. I was able to use what we learned about flattering fairies to persuade them to move. In fact, I was in the process of relocating the fairies one by one when Professor Snape returned.
Oh no!
Thankfully, I'd already relocated all but one of them. But the last fairy was so startled by Professor Snape that it flew off towards the castle. That's why I called you and Stinkerbits here. Figured the best way to find the fairies was another fairy. So will you two help me find the missing one before Professor Snape does? It headed in this direction.
Of course, Hagrid. Let's search around for a bit. I'm sure we'll find the missing fairy. Okay. Looking for fairies. A little bit of busy work. I'm not sure about this particular arc with Hagrid and the fairies, where they're casting Snape as basically Gargamel in this situation. Hunting after some Smurfs. Okay. Doing the full stars.
That's odd, there's no sign of a fairy around here. Besides yours, of course.
Did Snape get her?
But I could have sworn I saw it come this way.
Hey ladies!
Did you say you're looking for a fairy?
Yeah, one of Hagrid's. Did you happen to see one Penny? I'm calling you fairy. Did you happen to see one, Penny?
Actually, yes, in the potions classroom. Though it was such an odd sight, I thought I must have imagined it.
Oh no! Professor Snape will find it for sure in the place that he spends all of his time!
Don't worry, Hagrid. I have a plan. Penny, I promised Hagrid that I'd help prevent Snape from finding the fairy and taking its fairy wings. But in order to do that, I need your help. Will you rescue the fairy from the potions classroom while I distract Snape?
I'm not sure, Will. I'd rather not do anything to get on Professor Snape's bad side. Potions is kind of my whole deal. But if you've got a convincing reason, I might change my mind.
Snape likes you. You're the only one I can trust. They're both buttons. I feel like Snape likes you would be counterintuitive here, because that'd be giving a reason. I'm gonna press the other button. Penny, out of all my friends, you're the only one I can trust to safely get the fairy without getting caught. I can't think of anyone more dependable and more suited to this job than you.
Well, when you put it like that... Alright, Will. I'll help you find the fairy and get it out of the potions classroom. I personally don't see any harm in collecting a fairy's wings for potions, but... this is clearly important to you and Hagrid, so I'm willing to lend a hand.
Do their wings just grow back? Is that why this is fine? It does seem a little shocking to me, but I don't know that much about fairy anatomy. Thanks, Penny, you're the best.
But I really don't know anything about working with fairies. If I do find Hagrid's missing fairy, how will I make it listen?
Flattering it should work, but just in case, you can take my fairy along with you. Having another one of its kind around might help the fairy feel more comfortable. Also might be a good way to get my fairy busted and stripped of its wings, so...
That's a good idea, Will, but that's a big task for a fairy. I'd recommend you spend more time bonding with your fairy first.
Then it's settled. I'll make sure my fairy trusts me and meet you in the potions classroom, Penny. This would be another wait, do the thing. Don't worry, Hagrid. We'll get the fairy to safety soon. But I've already passed this because I've maxed out the fairy. Reach max level trust with the fairy. Haha, all done.
Let's go retrieve the fairy from the potions classroom now before I get cold feet.
Alright. There's another message that I think I missed. Oh, that's ended. Oh yeah, I get a crazy outfit out of this. And you know what? I'm gonna put it on. This is very silly. And it comes with this hairstyle. But you know what? I'm gonna wear it for a little bit. Just people have been asking me to mix it up. No, I'm leaving the sunglasses on, but I will change up the other things. Rose jacket it is! Thanks again for volunteering to help me find Hagrid's runaway fairy, Penny. It's really important to him that we relocate the fairies before Snape has a chance to take their wings.
You're welcome, Will. As an aspiring potioneer, I might personally side with Snape on the fairy wings issue, but you and Hagrid are my friends, and I'm willing to put my feelings aside for you. Besides, it looks like I won't have to look too hard. There's the fairy now!
What's going on with the fairies? When luck, looks like Snape's too caught up in his work to have noticed it yet.
Doesn't look like he's noticed us come in either. Why don't we use this opportunity to go over your plan?
Alright, first you'll tell Snape you left something behind in class, so I want to look for it. Then I'll distract Snape while you and my fairy try to get the other fairy to cooperate.
What if I can't get it to cooperate? What if it gets startled and Professor Snape notices?
Don't worry, Penny. My fairy, Stinkerbits, will help you. It trusts me and is prepared for this. Even though I named it Stinkerbits, it still trusts me. Not to mention I promised I'd give it its own mirror if it listened.
Bzz, bzz. Reflective surfaces!
Now quick, go hide while Penny and I go and talk to Snape. Do. Excuse me, Professor Snape?
Oh, Hagrid and Bits, to what do I owe this interruption in my work?
I left my favorite quill behind in class and was hoping I could look for it.
Your favorite quill?
Yes, my My mum gave it to me. It has very sentimental value.
I see. Very well. Go ahead.
Thank you, Professor.
Aren't you going to help her?
Actually, Professor, I came along because I was hoping I could ask you a question.
If you must, what is your question?
Ask about his hair. Is the button? I will ask the button. Your hair is always so oily. Have you ever thought about investigating in a degreasing shampoo?
Have you ever thought about minding your own business? That was a rhetorical question, by the way. I don't actually want to know. If that's all, I have some important work to finish.
Well, wait, actually, I just remembered. I have a few other things I've been meaning to ask you. Hurry it up, guys. We've got 8 hours to distract Snape. Alright, we're gonna do it. Just to get everything all checked off our list. Okay. Hopefully Snape is sufficiently distracted.
That's quite enough, Bits. I suggest you take your incessant questions elsewhere. Haywood, perhaps when she finally manages to find her quill.
Why? Where are you going?
Somewhere I can continue my work without interruptions.
Oh, those fairies hid right on time.
Did I see some fluttering?
No!
Must just be the prepubescent angst.
Penny, did you my fairy manage to round up Hagrid's missing fairy?
See for yourself!
Double fairies!
At first, Hagrid's fairy didn't want to cooperate. It loved looking at its reflection in the glass jars too much. But with the help of Stinkerbits, we were able to convince it to come with us.
Thank you, Penny. Now I can take these fairies to the Magical Creatures Reserve where they belong.
You're welcome. Well, to be honest, it was quite exciting. Let me know if you ever need help sneaking creatures behind professors' backs again.
Sure. Sneakity sneaking. Alright, is this almost done? Let's finish it out. I'm so happy you found the fairy. Let's release it in the Magical Creature Reserve now. Hopefully this is not a long task. Well, you managed to find the missing fairy. Yeah, but I couldn't have done it without Penny and Stinkerbits. With their help, we managed to get the fairy out of the potions classroom without Snape noticing. Snape will have to get his fairy wings at the apothecary like everyone else. Sounds like you got yourself a good friend and a fine fairy. Thanks, I'd say so. You don't know how much of a relief this is. I've been pacing around me hut all day with worry. Now I can rest easy knowing all the fairies from me garden can live without fear of losing their wings. But will the fairies really be happy here when they've lived in your garden their whole lives? What if they'd have been happier in the garden without wings than here with them? I suppose we'll just have to release this last fairy and see for ourselves. Okay, this is still a task. 3 hours. I'm kind of hoping that, like, the extra fairy actually shows up in the reserve. I mean, the other reward we get is friendship with Hagrid, and that's fine. Deep down, I'm just a sucker for those minor cosmetic rewards. Alright, okay. Get this knocked out. I'm gonna take that as a sign that your fairies are gonna be happy here, Hagrid. And it's all thanks to you and Stinkerbits. I'm impressed with how much you two connected. You really have a way with creatures. I still have a lot to learn. Thanks, Hagrid, but I still have a lot to learn about creatures. I only have a few of them still, because it's so hard to get books. You might not think so, but it looks like Stinkerbits does. At the end of the day, I know where to go the next time I need help with a creature. To my friend, Will. Alright. Oh, and we get 100 friendship points to start? Is that what that is? Just straight away? I'll take it. Oh, and this is going on. This is an amazing hat. I don't know if I'm gonna get this hat, but I want it because that is a terrible hat, and thus I love it. Okay, all right, that's the end of the Hagrid event. I'm just gonna look over at his thing here. Talbot coming along nicely. He's very easy to level. Hagrid looks even easier. Oh, and he doesn't have a house because of course he doesn't. But that's really interesting. Okay. Neat. Well, I will be working on them. But before that, let's finish out the chapter. Finally. Sorry for shuffling in the side quest. I know some people are probably like, come on, Will, get on with it. Finish the Merula story. And I will. I'm doing it right now. Don't worry. Hey, I missed you in detention, Will. I bet you do. Nothing but house elves in there now.
I think Beatrice is getting weaker.
Oh, that's finally coming to a head. All right.
I lost a bull struggle during breakfast. Watch where you step.
Okay.
I don't know that we've ever had a meal together without one of us having an ulterior motive.
Well, actually, I have a pretty big ulterior motive right now.
What do you want from me now, Bits? I already thanked you for preparing me for the vault.
Yes, and I appreciate it. I know what a chore it must have been for you to show me anything resembling gratitude. But in Rakepick's classroom, when we were talking about your parents teaching you the killing curse, I've only heard of the rumors about them, about you. I'd like to hear the truth, at least hear your truth.
You want me to share feelings? Gross.
I want to know more about you because we're going into this cursed vault together. We don't know what will happen. We do know we'll need to trust each other inside. So, practice trusting me now. Oh, and it is a bond with Merula. It is just a talkie time. All right.
No, I don't see a benefit to telling you more about me. You've helped me, but so what?
So I've proven myself to you. Yes. Getting a lot of bonus. Those numbers are a lot lower than I thought they would be for a year 5 thing.
Are you going to judge me?
Of course not. Of course not, Merula. Oh yeah, this is gonna be easy.
You know I've come a long way, but I'm still not sure.
Whatever's still in your mind, just ask me. I kind of wish I'd started picking wrong answers.
Would it end our rivalry?
Probably not, but who cares? That's the honest answer, actually. Yeah, it didn't matter. I clearly did that anyway.
Fine, you want my life story? I'll give you the short version.
Alright. Brilliant. Thank you for trusting me.
You didn't tell Bill I was scared about the cursed vault before our spellcasting competition, so I'll share with you more than I would have if you'd betrayed me.
Oh, I was wondering if you'd get around to giving me credit for protecting you.
I told you in the cursed corridor that the two of us teaming up would take getting used to. Give a witch some time!
Alright, I'm listening. Which, please.
Well, my mum and dad were Death Eaters. You know that. They weren't always nice people, or nice parents.
I'm sorry, Merula, so how did you find out?
That my parents were Death Eaters? I remember being little, my mum pushing up her sleeves as she'd kneel to my shoelaces each morning. "I'll kill your shoelaces," she'd say, and then she'd just tie them, but I knew what she meant.
You saw the dark mark on her arm?
Yes, rather scary for a little witch. One day I asked her about it. She told me all about you-know-who. She was proud.
And was it just you? Do you have any brothers and sisters?
No, it was just me. But even I was too much for my parents. Mum and Dad were ambitious followers. I was in their way. But perhaps my parents are why I'm ambitious too.
Having ambition isn't necessarily a bad thing.
When it's an ambition to reach new levels of cruelty.
I don't know that you strive to be cruel, Merula.
But sometimes I can be cruel. And not only to you.
Do you think people can change, though?
My parents couldn't change. That's why they're in Azkaban.
How old were you when they went to prison?
10 and a half. You know how when you're a little kid, that half is so important.
So then, what is it like for you now without them? Where do you go when we leave Hogwarts for summer breaks?
Home to an empty house.
Who takes care of you?
You think I can't take care of myself, Bit? Your brother's missing and you get on just fine.
That's my brother. It's hard enough with him gone, but a home with no adults.
My aunt, my mum's sister, she's my guardian. She comes by often enough.
She just pops in? She doesn't live with you?
Victims of my parents and of other Death Eaters, they know the name Snide. They know where we live. They watch me and they judge. Some leave threatening notes at the house. I barely go out.
But none of it's your fault.
We're kids. My aunt isn't a kid. I can't blame her for not wanting to be around, doing the bare minimum. She has her own life.
Must be very lonely for you.
It is, but sometimes I'm my own worst enemy.
And the rest of the time, you gonna be my worst enemy?
Not anymore. Let's say we put an end to it. At the very least, perhaps now you understand why I am the way I am.
Why you push people away? Why you always have something to prove? Yeah, I think I do understand. And perhaps your parents couldn't change, but you can, Merula.
I'm starting to think so too. It's all rake pick. Her choosing me as an apprentice cursebreaker, seeing in me what I want to see in me. It's made a real difference.
As for our differences, Merula, breaking the curse is bigger than any one of them.
So then let's break this curse, Bits.
Together.
Well, since you could never do it without me, yes, together.
Alright, that's a surprisingly hopeful ending. Chapter 28 in the bag. That's gonna be it for this one. We didn't get Merula as a friend. Hopefully they're not building us up for something bad. Find out soon. See you guys next time.